But welcome
Welcome.
to the Three Oak Podcast, where even artists can be fans. AJ the Menace.
Shane and Petty.
Javada Hunter.
And today, we have with us returning guests.
Returning guest.
Ooh.
I thought you was going to follow up with the wicka, man. You
All
left me
right.
hanging.
All right.
Rasta B.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the round two.
You know,
The last one we did.
round one.
This is your round one. Yeah.
Okay.
But the first one wasn't even like a
Yeah.
real interview anyway. It was
Yeah.
like,
Was I here?
Impromptu.
no, you weren't even here.
Okay,
It
so
was
that's why I'm saying
last
round.
minute.
This shit
two.
happened.
I was
This
like,
shit happened.
mad last minute.
Oh,
This
we
shit
weren't
hap-
here.
We're
We
late
weren't
to the
here.
party.
Yeah.
This shit happened like within like a 24 to 48 hour time.
It was-
Yes.
yeah. It was like when you
Okay.
were testing it in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yup.
And I was doing this. I was doing the damn.
You were doing the show at Poorhouse.
Yeah, I was doing the NC Spirit 17
Yeah,
festival.
I saw
and
that.
he just texted me and was like, "Hey yo, come to the podcast tomorrow." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Nigga, what?" He's like, "At 9. Here's my address."
Yeah, you had
And
to add
I
that,
haven't
yeah.
even talked to this nigga for like 2 years. at
Oh
this point.
shit!
That is
ass.
true. That is true.
Comfortable.
Dead
Oh
ass.
man, they was killing me. They was killing me for that shit because I was in Mebane.
Yeah.
And
disappeared,
I
dog.
I disappeared.
Bruh, no.
I disappeared.
Sometimes
I
you
pulled,
gotta do that.
I pulled a vanishing act on niggas. It was gone for
this
a good-
nigga. And the funny thing is, like, nobody knew how dramatic it was gonna be. This nigga kept giving me warnings every time I seen him.
Yeah.
I was seeing him for like months at a time. This nigga would be like, "Yo, you know, I'm about to get this house. I'm about to."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like,
I'm about to be busy.
"Okay, nigga." And
about to
like,
be
you're still gonna
busy.
be in North Carolina. He was like, "All right, just letting you know." 2 weeks later, he'd be like, "Hey, I'm really close to getting that house."
It's getting there, man. It's getting closer.
Next thing I
Climate.
know, that nigga was
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Like, they
Bye,
see
bye,
him
bye.
nowhere. For real.
Gone, bro. Goddamn, bro. Those are that was like a crazy time period of my life, bro. Like
Yeah.
those 2 years were insane, bro. Like the recovery from the police raid. Like
Yeah.
you know.
Hey, did you notice every time we come in contact with each other, it's either at the beginning of some crazy shit or at the end of some crazy shit? When you
that is true.
when I first met you, it was just when that shit was over.
That's true. That
And
is-
then you
it
didn't, but you didn't know me that well, so you didn't tell me till like
Yeah,
months
yeah,
later. And I was
yeah,
like,
I
when did this
remember.
happen? This nigga was
Yeah.
like, oh, last year. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah. I was still on probation and all type of shit.
Facts.
Yeah,
Oh,
dog.
shit.
Oh
Facts.
man, those 2 years were crazy.
Yeah, living life.
But shit, man. Everybody breathe.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had to switch it up.
Yeah.
I was feeling it.
But yeah, man, Rasta B.
Yeah, man.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming back. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and start with why the reason you were here, my brother.
Talk to us.
Well, you know.
Tell them what you got going on in these streets,
You know,
because you stay
you know.
working.
Tell me
'Cause
all
you stay
of it.
working.
All of it.
I try.
You stay working.
Pretty much, we got a tape coming out, you know, called Free the World. It's me and 14 other North Carolina local artists presented by me and my DJ. That shit's dropping on the 5th. And also on the 5th, these fabulous people
Yes.
are hosting
Facts.
my release party at the Outpost
Yes, sir.
downtown.
Yeah.
Hella
Yes, sir.
performers.
Yes,
All
sir.
the people you want to see is going to be there.
Yeah.
We lit.
So you got to come through.
You got to
Yeah.
come
And
through.
this
Come and
is
hang out.
this drops the 4th. This drops.
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Come holler at us tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Come holler at us tomorrow.
That's
We
a
gonna
fact.
be there.
That's a
Everybody's
fact.
there.
And I'm getting everybody drunk. So if you come through, say what's up to me. I'm getting you drunk.
You know, I never even been to the Outpost though.
Me neither.
It's a cool
Oh, you
little
haven't
vibe.
either?
Nah,
It's
my
the
first
house,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Never
the
mind.
house
Never
joint.
mind. I have
It's
been there.
super chill. I really
I don't
felt like
think
I
I've
was
been
just.
It is. It's
kicking
like
back.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
The design. It's literally a house.
Legit.
Damn.
It's a legit a house.
But then there's a bar.
Yeah, the kitchen
Ain't
area.
nothing wrong with
It's
that.
Yeah.
like the bar tiki area.
So what?
It's
You feel like you're just in the living room?
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
and there's like 3 living rooms.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
insane,
cool.
bro.
Shout out to actually Spaceman Stu had his release party there
Okay.
a couple weeks ago, and that's kind of how I heard about the place.
Yeah.
Got so shout out to him.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So how long you been working? So who's on the project?
Oh man, let's see. So it's 10 tracks. The deluxe version is gonna be a couple hidden tracks, so that's like 13, 14,
Okay.
whatever. But the regular version, everybody on there is Ron Jeter, there's Preview Peso on there, Woozy,
Ooh.
3 a.m., Brazo, Swank, Convo the Mutant.
I never heard of him.
Who else? Damn, I feel like
I
I'm
gotta
forgetting
get up on
somebody.
that. Yeah.
I got really bad memory. I
Convo
said
the
3
Mutant
a.m.
sounds like he's ill. I
Yeah,
never heard none of
yeah,
his stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, everybody, man.
You heard it?
Everybody that I could.
Mhm. I was listening to it today.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I was
facts.
doing my research.
Facts, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
so, you know, And it took me like a year and a half to get it done.
Oh, so you got some,
okay.
you got
Niggas
some
be
bangers on there.
bullshitting.
You got
man.
some bangers.
No,
Yeah.
niggas be bullshitting, man.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no, that's true.
Oh,
That's
so it's not even
100%.
scheduled? and
Bruh,
shit?
I was
Oh.
sending out the tracks, you feel me? And then I'll just be like, okay, like, is that gonna respond? And then like months later, niggas would be like, yo, you remember that track you sent me? That shit was crazy, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm about to do it tonight, I swear.
Yep.
Nope. Couple more months go by, bruh. When we getting in the studio so we can finish this record? I'm like, nigga, what the fuck?
I'm
Like,
in
the
debt
fuck
to
is you
Donovan,
talking
bro.
about?
Donovan McCrae.
Yeah.
I'm in debt to him, bro, because he gave me a record. I didn't get the shit back for like 2 months. I was like, bro, my bad, bro.
I got a record with him
Yeah.
too, but that's on the bonus joint. I got a record with him
Okay,
too.
yeah, I gotta hear that then. Yeah,
yeah.
that nigga be snapping.
Yeah, I fuck
Yeah.
with bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a matter of timing, and it also like it was crazy because like every time I would drop some shit, then that's when niggas would like be like, okay, let's do the record. But if I wasn't dropping shit, like niggas wouldn't
okay.
be like,
No,
oh,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's
niggas
a
wouldn't
fact.
be fucking with me like that. But then they see like I'm dropping a
But
little
at the
bit. They be like, oh, let's do this record.
They
It's
see
like
the
traction.
now, let's
They see
drop
the
it
traction
now.
and shit.
Exactly.
You feel me? And I
they,
just
they say you gonna do it, whether it's you on it or not. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
shit's about to get done. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah, yeah.
exactly. So what I really started having to do was just like, all right, take advantage of that, like
Yeah.
record with a nigga and then save the record, because I knew I wanted to put it all together.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like that was the vision. Like every track was like supposed to be together.
Yeah.
So I really had to save them shits. It took a lot of patience because I'm holding on to these records, listening to them at the crib. You know
Knowing
what
they
I'm saying?
fire.
Like, God
Yeah.
No one
damn,
ain't
Yeah.
fire.
bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to get that shit out. I'm really excited for niggas.
When
to
are
hear
you?
it.
So
Nice.
where are you gonna release it at?
On all platforms.
All
It's gonna be
platforms,
everywhere.
Apple,
It's
Tidal.
gonna be
Cool.
everywhere.
Spotify,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. Yes,
For the
sir.
free.
For
For the
the-
freezy.
So go cop that thing. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
hell
Or
yeah.
download a stream.
Tomorrow.
Or
Tomorrow. What's the name of it again?
It's gonna be called Free the World.
Free the World.
Yup.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Okay,
But
so, yeah, take us back to the beginning, man. Like, what what's your upbringing? Where you were,
Oh man.
your stomping grounds.
yeah, let's go.
Or was it?
Full
Yeah,
This is
this is
the
for
title,
you.
The title says the Rasta B interview.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
man.
is
What
for
we
you.
doing,
man.
my
We're
G?
gonna talk and chat and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
If you
I
need a
feel
couch,
like
just
Dive
let us
deep.
I
know.
feel like I'm on Zane Lowe.
Yeah. Just take us back, man.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
When did it start, man? I'm a
that
I'm a
nigga be
huge
killing
fan
me.
of
Walk us
yours.
through the motions.
Do you
Yeah.
do you watch Tim Westwood?
Tim
Westwood.
is crazy.
Yo,
Tim,
that nigga
Tim
is
Westwood is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He's great.
I
You
don't
watch
watch a
him?
lot of it. Yeah,
Oh my God,
no.
Tim
There's
Westwood.
there's
Come
one-
on, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Wildin'.
Let's go. I see you, baby. You're doing your thing, baby.
If there's one Tim Westwood interview you have to watch is with Cardi B. Like,
Oh, I do.
Oh, okay.
he's
yeah, I'm
like
gonna check that
he's
out.
like wild flirting with
I don't
her,
think I
bro.
said
Like
that.
Okay, I don't
wild, like
No, he is
he's
OD
just like
disrespectful.
so. What type of men do you like? Dun, dun, dun,
Uh-huh.
dun, dun.
Oh,
blah
shit.
blah blah. He's like, oh, I see you got the inches on. Oh my god, like wilding. I'm just like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like he was wilding. But you
Yeah.
gotta watch that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch that
That's
shit.
one.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Yeah, but what about you?
Yeah, let's
All right,
go.
So
Yeah.
let me see.
Yeah, what about you? Nah.
I was born in Oakland, California.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? First off, shout out to
Shout out, man.
to
Yeah.
the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Eastside Oakland, Grape Street, 4808. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? That's
That
where I'm
nigga's from there.
Hey, you gotta let niggas know.
Shout
you
out
know
to
what I'm
you.
saying?
Can you do me a favor real quick and hit that light? Because you have no idea what it's doing to the audio right now. You know when like the frequency in the air,
I am fucking weak.
Wait, what?
the light switch is over there. It's the very last one
Oh, you want to turn that off?
on the row. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Is it
Wait, so
better
you were
now?
born?
It's
You were
crazy.
born and raised there?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so what brought you this
Oh,
side?
well, so
I'm
I was
honest, I
born-
didn't even know that you were from. over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So I was born there. I moved back and forth between there, Portland, Oregon, and New York. My grandmother lives in New York, and the rest of my family lives in Portland. So it was like
Okay.
always moving around or whatever. I left the crib. I left living with my parents when I was 12 years old, and then from 12 to like 15 when I moved down here, I was by myself. So
What for
Wait,
real?
wait, living by
Yeah.
yourself? 12 to 13, you were living by
12
yourself?
to 15.
12 to
Yeah,
15,
you
I
living
was-
by
I
yourself?
was living with my homies, like my cousins.
Oh,
shit.
okay.
So they was like, let me see, I was like 13. They was probably like 22, 23.
Okay, so they were
Okay.
Okay.
kind of taking care of you a little?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
Sort of. Yeah.
I mean, there was
The
like
best of 23 year
yeah, the
old
best.
can.
Is
Yeah, okay,
I
yeah,
know what you're saying.
yeah,
You know what I'm
pretty
saying? And this ain't now. So like niggas at 23,
different.
niggas at 23 having kids now is like it's normal. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Back then, like to be like, come stay with me isn't really like I'm gonna be a father figure and nothing. It's
Right.
like
That's
nigga,
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
you got a place to stay.
You just got a
know
roof.
what I'm
They just
saying?
had a roof for you.
Exactly. You can
Yeah.
sleep here. You know. but I ain't about to be taking care of
I'm
you.
not
type.
babying you, my nigga.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not happening. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, so why? I mean, you don't have to talk about it if you don't
Yeah,
want to.
nah, you good. You know, I just had some issues that I felt like I had to deal with on my own. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Gotcha, I feel you.
Even at a young age, you know what I'm
Just
saying?
to knock some shit out.
Yeah, and it's not nothing against like nobody in my family, none of my
course.
parents or
Right.
nothing. It was just like, you know, I just knew that, and I feel like the fact that I was that young and knew that, like they just had to respect it. They was just
I
like,
know what
you
you're
know,
saying.
like you always welcome to come back. It wasn't like get the fuck out of the house or nothing. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was just stuff that I feel like I needed to experience by myself. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
And they were like, hey, if you that young and you know that, like, and you know what you're doing, like, how can we say no to that? So, so then my parents moved here when I was 14, I think.
Okay.
And then around the time I was 15, like I moved here or whatever to be back with my mom. And
Okay.
shit.
Gotcha.
But you know, some wild shit happened, and like it was weird because like I was good up until that year that my parents weren't in the same city as me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was still like I still had my parents. Like I knew,
Right.
like I knew if some shit really went left,
You got two people you can go to.
I could go
yeah.
back home. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But when they moved, it was kind of like, damn, okay.
Well, your
now
I know what you mean, bro. Geographically, when your parents aren't near you for the
it's
first time.
important,
Yeah.
Because
bruh.
like 3 years ago, my mom went to Jersey, and that's weird. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this is the first time I'm not even in the same state as my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like 3 years
Yeah.
she been up there.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that shit was weird, you know what I'm saying? And then it kind of like, I don't know if it was like panic mode, you know what I'm saying, or what, but, you know, shit just changed. Shit just went left, you know? And I was in a bad situation, and my mom just called me, like, randomly one day just to check on me. It was like, everything going good, and I'm like, yeah. Like, I was like, can I come
Come
home?
home,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? She was like, yeah. You know, so she paid for me to fly down there.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was cool. And then the dynamic was like really weird. You feel me? Like,
How so?
Like,
because
there'd been so much
I felt
time.
like I was a grown man.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was 15 years old.
Okay.
And I was living with my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you go from in a situation where you ain't got nobody telling you what to do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nobody telling
That's
you
a-
when you gotta
that's
be
a-
home.
that's a clash waiting to
one-
happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So the first night here, I'm like, oh, I'm about to go out. I'm about to see what the city
Right.
like. You
Just-
feel me?
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
Like I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know where I was at. I've never been to Raleigh before. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'm about to hit the bus. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm from the
It
city.
figures
Right.
some shit out.
I figure I could walk down the street, catch the bus, go
Yeah.
see what's up. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And my mom like, all right, be back by 11. I'm like,
What do you mean be back by 11?
Sorry.
I'm
people
like, I
don't tell
even
me
know
when to
what
come back.
11 is. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time I looked at a watch? You
Like,
know?
say that like a
I-
curfew? Like, that's how you say it?
Exactly.
Not
I don't give a
familiar.
fuck about no time in a long ass time. You feel me? So
Yeah.
it was just wild. You know what I'm saying? So
It's an adjustment, I'm sure.
yeah. So I was just like, it was just like a lot of frustration. You feel me? Because I was just like, man, I can't be what I'm used to being. You know what I'm saying? So it was just weird. But at the same time, I needed that shit. Like that shit. Like
Oh yeah.
to be that young.
Literally
and be-
shaped you to who you are today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Right.
would not be the same.
The
Exactly.
importance of
Yeah.
isolation.
Yeah.
Facts, yeah. So you know, being that young and not having no like anything like any kind of structure around you, shit fucks you up. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a lot of kids. It's not just me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's any kid that's experienced that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know some people grew up with their parents and still ain't had no parents.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
that's a
saying?
fact.
Like I know
Yeah.
a lot of niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? They got
Yeah.
their mom and their dad.
Yeah.
And they
Just not
out
there.
of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
just it's some other shit. That's just in their spirit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you know, anybody that's ever went through that shit do fuck you up. So when I came down here and I was like living with my parents, you know, my dad he could tell I just had like this bad energy on me. I'm just like, you know, fucked up, like, you know. And so we just start talking about a lot of shit, you know. He's like, you need to figure this out. Like, you need to get this out of you. And that's when the music started
Okay.
Oh,
At
okay.
15.
at 15.
Okay.
But before that though, I skipped a step, right?
Okay.
My uncle, my dad's brother,
Yeah.
not really biological, but
Your dad's brother.
my
Right.
man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? His man, you know what I'm saying? He had worked for Atlantic. And this is about I'm like
Wait,
nine,
he worked for who?
Atlantic Records.
Oh, Atlantic.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
like
okay,
9
okay.
or 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, so he always bringing records to the house, like
Yeah.
just playing wild shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, okay. And the first hip hop record I heard, because I grew up in a household, my dad only played reggae.
Okay.
You ain't hearing shit but reggae.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck. Like if reggae ain't on, we ain't listening to it. Like we don't need the
My dad
radio
was a
that
little
bad.
bit like
no,
that, yeah.
dead ass. This nigga
Yeah, I
would
know
get
what
in
you
the
mean.
car, go like this. He don't hear no reggae playing. He turn that shit off. You might turn it back on 5 minutes later. The text is again. Turn that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Nigga listen to reggae and James Brown. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah.
And then my mom, all you getting is Billie Holiday, Anita Baker,
Okay.
the Commodores,
Yeah.
fucking. You might get some Whitney Houston in there if you
Yeah,
lucky.
slap.
Shaka Khan, you know.
Little
That's
Sade
that's
shit.
all. Some
Yeah,
Sade,
yeah.
that's all you hearing. You
Yeah.
feel me? And she
Yeah.
fucking with my dad, so reggae too.
Yeah.
You know. And you know, shout out to my parents. You know, they dope. But
Right.
but that's all I heard for a long ass time. And my uncle was bringing these records in, and one day
He's bringing the hip hop to the house.
he's bringing hip hop to the house,
Gotcha.
right?
Okay.
And it wasn't even just hip hop though, because at the time, hip hop was big,
Yeah.
but there was still
There was a
other
lot of
music
shit
that
going
was bigger during it. You know
And
what
he
I'm
was
saying?
on the record label, so he's got every genre
Exactly.
on that record
It's
label.
it's
Yeah.
not like now how hip hop is the number one genre
It
in the
is the
world.
thing.
You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
Hip hop was still like a growing thing. This was
Right.
what I'm 7 years old. I was born in '92, so this is like '99. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
just about to hit its peak. You feel
Yeah.
me?
I don't know about that. Not
yeah.
99.
99.
I think so. In
It's
my
like
opinion,
it
The
was
two-
a different era.
it was a
of
different
hip-hop.
era,
It was a
but
huge
I
transition.
just feel like the
Commercially.
commercially it wasn't
Okay.
like that.
Commercially, the 2000s
Like Jay-Z
went
was
crazy.
just
Yeah.
getting
Okay,
up there
yeah.
into the
Like-
public eye and
Yeah.
shit.
Because you think about it, to me, like commercially, the rappers that I've experienced that had like the biggest worldwide impact, where I'm just like, fuck, this nigga's the biggest thing in the fucking world
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
The first one I seen was 50 Cent. And after that was Lil
2003.
Wayne and Kanye. I seen all
Yeah, that's
three of them
true.
do
So
it.
early
where it was just
2000s.
like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
early 2000s,
you couldn't
99
go
was
nowhere
Yeah.
without hearing shit about 50 Cent, like, ever. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like,
Shit
his takeover was
Shit
crazy.
is real,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
What they were really doing,
Oh my
like,
God.
everybody in the world
When
stopped and was
Wankster
like,
came
hey,
out,
you heard about
you
this nigga
see
50
you,
Cent?
Wankster.
Like,
Yeah.
he controlled the game.
That's
Like,
it.
it was
That's
insane.
all you heard at
Yeah.
one point.
The early 2000s
Wankster would
did
go off
have
in the
crazy
club, would
stars.
come on. In the
Yeah.
club,
Well,
go
right
off,
before
fucking-
him was Ja Rule.
Yeah, and then 50 Cent. Yeah.
Came and
Ja
took,
Rule
took
took
him off the
Ja Rule
throne.
on his big as 50 Cent. in my
No,
opinion.
Nowhere near,
not at
yeah.
all.
He was on a lot
In
of
my
hooks.
He
though.
did
He
have
was.
hits though.
No, his. Now, if you ever go to the Ja Rule section of YouTube
It's lit.
and play through them
it
hits,
probably
boy,
is lit.
Thug Lovin'.
you might be like,
It's my
shit.
favorite
Yeah.
genre.
Your
of
hip,
all
I think I-
time.
your
I had two
smile.
albums,
One after
too.
the other now.
I had R.U.L.E.
I had
that's the
that,
one
and I had the
had.
one that was like a tan color, kind of like the Nellyville cover.
I know
Right.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, I had that one. I had that job.
That's an early one.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
two of them.
And the one thing you can never take away from Ja Rule is that he made that song with J-Lo.
Oh,
That shit
I'm
was-
real.
That shit was
I'm
like
real.
incredible.
He had a couple.
I'm real.
At the
I liked
time,
it. I
you feel
liked
me?
it. No, I liked it.
At
Yeah.
the time, niggas was like, what?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
rappers
The
is
way
like,
you
J-Lo
walk,
now?
the
Like,
way you
yeah,
move.
yeah, yeah.
Cause I'm real. When you smile, the way you smile.
Don't you almost wish you was like the appropriate age to like capitalize off,
No,
off
I
the
would have.
record sales? You don't
Capital
think
what?
so? You like
What
it
is
now?
Do
Like-
I? Wait.
Oh,
The
wait,
way,
to
like,
act like
I'll-
physicals.
Yeah, like because they were
Oh,
doing like
CDs?
real like record numbers, like
Yeah.
people going to the store,
Mhm.
like
Oh,
the
oh,
connection you
oh,
have, like compared
yeah.
to streaming your favorite artist.
I miss buying CDs though.
Well, because
That's what I
like,
mean.
Yeah.
I miss buying CDs.
I
feel
do that
like
for
you have-
special
Media is
occasions.
different.
Special
Like,
occasions,
yeah.
because like you
For
have
sure.
like a special bond with like that
sure.
music when you go buy the physical. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
What I
of
miss
course.
is going into a store, like taking off the wrapper and then opening
Oh,
up the
yeah,
thing. And then
unwrapping the
I don't know.
CDs.
It's kind
I
of
miss
weird,
the
but I would smell
unwrapping.
the CDs sometimes.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
weird.
The unwrapped
Fresh
That's
ass
weird.
This is a new. I know it's weird. I know it's weird, but I'm just like, God,
Yeah,
this
that's
is a
weird.
New fucking,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
But you know.
but I used to get off with my
No.
weird shit. I was like,
Yo,
This is brand new CD.
everybody had no idea how to react.
Seniors.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
crazy.
Nobody
This
did.
nigga said that might be weird. She said,
But are you?
Yeah, she was looking at me.
weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
But look, are you glad that you were part of the tape generation? I vividly remember cassette.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
tapes.
cassette.
Well, like,
oh,
oh, yeah.
oh,
I'm
cassette.
glad.
Oh, no,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I'm
what was
glad.
the tape
Yeah,
that you
you
burned?
definitely were.
You know
Wow,
what?
yeah,
Okay,
like,
y'all
I caught
can't
the
judge
tail
me.
end.
Y'all can't judge me.
What?
The number one tape that I burned out twice. I burned it out once and went and bought it again and burned it out again.
Shit.
Was the fucking first Brandy tape that came
Okay,
out.
that's
Brandy's
lit.
first album.
Oh, in the
Bruh, I
mid-90s?
ran-
Oh,
I
okay.
was
Is that the
playing
one with the
through
red
that
cover?
shit
No, I'm thinking
over
of
and
Monica.
over and over and over
That's
again.
the one of her in the. It's brown.
Yeah, in the brown
And
with
white.
the blue background.
I want to get down and all that
With
stuff.
the hat.
I want to get
Yeah.
down was on there.
Damn.
Just another
Yeah.
day was on
Oh,
there.
hey, what's up, man?
Just another day was on there. Like her jams were on
Yeah.
there. You feel
Yeah,
me?
that's
Yeah,
true.
I want
That's
to get
true.
down
Twice.
and shit.
That's
yeah.
true.
I burned out Candy Rain by Soul For Real.
Oh,
The
really?
single, I burned it out.
Ain't no
Man,
wrong
I
with
don't
it.
I don't remember owning any cassette tapes of like albums, but we were dubbing off the radio heavy.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's
I
what I
used to do
used to
that
do,
I
too.
had a lot
Yeah.
of those. I had more
That's
of
what I
those
used to
than
do.
I
actual
just
So
miss
did I.
having a tape player where you're like, you got to close the shit, then you hear that little sound, it's about to start up.
Yeah.
That shit was like exciting, bro.
Let me say something real quick before we jump back to his question.
Yeah.
Was that I listened to Cassidy maybe 4 days ago with Leon,
Yeah.
and this
Which
nigga was
Cassidy?
freestyle. Cassidy from Philly.
Okay.
And it was like a K-Slave freestyle. And he was like, get your tape recorders ready. And then waited for like 30 to 45 more seconds,
Time for you
bro.
to
Yeah.
keep taping.
Because he's like about to go to fuck in. So I'm like, oh shit, he was dropping that shit back when niggas was like, hold
Yeah.
up, he about to kill.
Let me
Yeah.
get a tape.
Then you gotta
This shit
rewind it
right-
to the beginning.
Yeah, make sure I'm ready for that. And just hit
Imagine even
record.
having to do that.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
That was a whole activity. You
Holy
get in the
shit.
crib and you hear
Now
that?
niggas be like,
That's
your
like
phone's
a
already-
boombox.
They're already ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on a
Don't even get me
boombox,
started on
yeah.
VHSs. It was
Yeah.
the same shit.
I passed the video store in New York.
Oh shit!
Authentic as a motherfucker.
Nice.
Yeah. It
Nice.
was really
Video
small though.
store. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Video
straight,
store.
I
yeah.
was just talking about Blockbuster the other day.
Yup, straight
How
DVDs
Blockbuster
and
straight
Just
Nah.
cruising,
Business.
just
God
looking for shit.
damn.
the other one.
I used to be in Blockbuster heavy when I was a
So,
kid.
yep.
Me too.
So
But where was the
yeah,
the
we were.
question?
No, we were
Oh,
just talking
you
about
started
you
rapping
started
around
rapping.
15.
Yeah,
Oh,
around
yeah,
there.
yeah,
around that time.
Around
That's where
15 and
I'm
stuff.
Yeah. So my uncle was bringing these records, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
And like I said, I didn't hear no hip hop in my house. And the first hip hop record I heard was DMX.
Oh,
Right.
what
That-
song?
That what they really want.
Oh.
from
I
a
knew it was
nigga.
that one. I knew.
Yeah.
Dun,
So it
dun,
turned you to a savage.
dun. And I'm like, nah.
Nah, that's a fire song.
And I'm like, and it was so crazy because my uncle was playing it downstairs. I'm upstairs.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
And
So
I'm
it caught
leaning,
your ear.
I'm laying against
Okay.
the bed, like, cause the windows and then the bed was right here. I'm laying against like the back, right, and the walls on my back, and it's like dun dun dun, dun, dun. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Okay.
because I ain't never felt nothing like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Bass.
So that was like the first time you heard
that was
hip hop
like the first
in
time I
general?
heard hip hop in general.
Felt
you
the
feel
bass
me?
before you
I
actually
was-
heard
yeah,
the
I
hip
was like
hop.
7 or 8, and I was like, damn, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I mean, I've heard it. I had heard it before, but not
like that.
experienced
Yeah,
it
yeah, because
like
I was
that.
like into like Kid and Play and shit. I heard Salt and
Exactly.
Pepper and
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
But
I
I
told you, I
mean,
grew
I
up
mean
on
like
hard
rap.
The-
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I'm
when
saying?
that
was the first
started
time I
coming
heard
in,
rap. Like I was like, damn, like what the fuck is
Shit.
this? And then nigga was, you know, DMX
Going
is
in.
hard.
He's going
Yeah.
in. That is
Exactly. I'm like, oh shit.
that is an aggressive like intro.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
Oh,
saying?
yeah. Dun, dun,
But
dun,
yeah.
dun, dun. Yeah.
You know, and I was just
Heavy.
like, yeah. So I wanted to ask my uncle. I was just like, what is that? Like, you know, do you have more music like that? And he just was like,
Just
all
start
right,
pulling
be right
stuff
back.
out, Yeah.
Came out the car, had a mean ass CD case.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was just like here, gave me the shit. You know what I'm
He
saying?
gave you the whole-
Gave me the whole thing. It was
Damn.
just like here, like
Damn.
if
Okay,
you
so
want
what was
if
in
you
the
want to hear about
repertoire?
it. Oh man, first thing I listened to, first album I listened to in a whole. You know what I'm saying? Well, obviously it was the DMX album because she showed me like this is it's on here, like the
Yeah.
song that you're looking for or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. So that was the first album I heard, and then right after that I listened to Ice Cube on
Oh.
his first album.
Okay.
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 And I was like,
The
damn.
classics. yeah.
Okay.
The-
And I was like, and then, you know, then obviously NWA, you know,
Right.
because
You're on the
listen,
West
my
Coast,
uncle,
too,
my
yeah.
uncle's telling me like,
Yeah.
you know, go in this order, you know.
Oh,
Um,
damn.
So
you
he,
had somebody to
so he
guide
started
you
you
to?
from the
It
beginning.
was
Hell
it was
yeah.
in order. The
Okay.
case was in order already.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't-
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So
You
give
you
me
just
like
had
a
to
hip
flip
hop
through it
101.
and
Yeah, had to
do
flip
I
through
wish I
it.
had an
Yeah.
intro like that.
Yeah, like
Right.
the DMX shit was like pretty far back.
Of
He
course.
just showed me it first and was like, "Here, you could listen to this. Like, this is on here." He's like, "But start from right here."
Start here
You know
Okay.
what I'm
and then
saying?
move up.
Yeah, and the first thing in there was the Ice Cube album, and I was like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? And then from there, I would just be up all night. I had my
Listen to
Walkman.
them
I was
shit.
listening
Oh,
to
I
hip hop
bet. Oh,
all night. You feel
Walkman,
me?
wow.
Yeah, Walkman.
With the headphones and
Exactly.
shit, yeah.
Exactly. You know, I'm laying in the bed.
Headphones
I'm-
I used to go
I'm
just
up-
right
so it
there.
doesn't
yeah,
skip.
Oh, yeah.
I'm laying in the bed up till like what 2, 3, 4, and this is what, 7. When I'm 7, 8, 9, just
Yeah.
listening
Yeah,
to this
yeah.
shit like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And that's like when I really first started like writing rhymes and shit. So
Okay.
I was always
Okay.
So
writing.
you drew inspiration from the very beginning of hip hop.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
It's a crazy story, right?
Yeah.
Had to
But
go
out
back-
of all those rappers, like, who would you say is the rapper I was like, oh shit, this is my like favorite rapper right now when you were like 14, 15 and shit? Because mine was
When I
Busta,
was 14
Busta
or
Rhymes.
15 or when I was young,
Yeah, yeah, when
like
you were
I was a
young.
kid?
Yeah, yeah. Or just in your childhood, who was like your
In my
favorite rapper?
childhood.
Mine was Busta. Yeah, who?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I fucked with Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
His
Busta was-
videos are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, love him.
His
Visuals.
videos are crazy. I guess in my childhood, I mean, it probably had to be Pac.
Mm-hmm.
Just cause,
Yeah.
man, like the impact. Well, I say it's three rappers.
Okay.
When I was young, right? Not now or
I
not
would like
in
to
like.
hear your list now as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Top 5 or top 3?
5.
Okay.
3 is hard.
Yeah. 5 is hard too.
It
to
is
be
hard
real.
too. Yeah.
I don't even
So
try.
don't
So
shoot
hard.
me for the list.
Okay.
Let me see. 5 when I was younger, right? Have to be Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mainly because his impact in where I was at was crazy.
On the West
Of course,
Coast.
Like, you feel me?
yeah.
Like, you know, niggas will look at you sideways. You go somewhere and the Pac song come on and you don't know all the words.
Right.
Like, for real,
Yeah,
niggas
that's
start
true.
being like,
Who are
what
you?
doing, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why aren't you rapping?
Like, we on this side, my
Exactly.
nigga.
Like,
Yeah.
why aren't you rapping? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it was like that, you know? And so, like, that impact was just crazy. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like, he was like they acted like he was the president. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was the Barack of the time.
Exactly. You know how I'm
To a certain extent.
Tupac Obama. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
No, Tupac Obama.
Yeah.
But
That's a fire T-shirt in the making.
Yeah.
Obama? Oh yeah. No. Well. Take that out. Back that up and take that out.
30-minute mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. After these messages.
But so Pac, Mac Dre,
Okay.
for the main reason, same reason, impact was
Right.
just crazy.
Of
You feel
course.
me? Like a lot of people don't know Mac Dre, but he was a legend where I was
yeah.
from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I remember he got shot. Niggas left school early.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Really?
that's how he
See,
was.
so this is interesting for me, just seeing how, because I mean, obviously, I grew up on East Coast hip hop.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
different seeing how, yeah.
It was moving over there. Yeah, it is.
Snoop.
All
Yeah.
3 of us on East Coast.
Yep.
Yeah, Snoop when I was younger. Because same like Pac.
Yeah.
You go somewhere, you
Right.
don't know all the words to Snoop song, niggas.
Of course.
Like,
Problem,
the fuck
yeah.
is you doing, bro? You know what I'm
This
saying?
is the hottest shit in the game. right now.
Exactly. Like, so what have you
Yeah.
been listening to, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas really.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
need to know what you're wasting your time on now.
Exactly. Niggas really. Yeah.
Show me your
Show me your-
What's up?
your little tape deck.
Yeah.
Five little
Your
tape deck.
CD case.
Shania
Yeah,
Twain.
CD case. You
Facts.
just start throwing shit.
Rakim.
Okay, nice.
I love Rakim, man.
Yeah, he's OG.
Like,
He's OG.
so nice.
Yeah.
Nigga's just so nice
He
at
really
rapping.
is.
He's just
He
so
really
good,
is.
bro. It's ridiculous.
Sounds
Like,
so cool.
Eric
Oh
B. and
my
Rakim
God.
follow me on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
That's
leg-
a wave.
now
Whoa.
that's a feature I want.
I would have
Yeah.
screenshotted the shit out that
Hard
Oh,
motherfucker.
shit, yeah.
Oh my
All
god.
All I need is 6. Give me 8. I'm a shine, baby.
Dead ass.
She hooked that up for us. He's sitting
Yeah.
right there.
But who else? And Big L.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was like
that
that was
real.
like my 5 when I was young.
And that was everybody was okay. And you had 1 East Coast nigga.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 West Coast niggas and 1 East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the dynamic I like to talk about because I didn't really get into East Coast rap till I was 15.
When you were here on the
Yeah,
East Coast.
for
Yeah.
real, for real.
So what you-
Yeah.
And it might have been because I was here. I don't really think anybody let me hear it. I think it kind of just
It happened.
it just
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Like it just happened to be around that time. And then that's when I started listening like Big and Nas and
Yeah.
Jay and all
Yeah.
them. You know what I'm saying?
Catching up
Yeah.
on that.
Exactly, because like to be real, like it just niggas just ain't really talk about it out there. It's not really like that no more though.
No, it's not. But
Like back
that's how the world. That's how the hip hop world was split. It was East Coast.
it
West
was,
Coast.
bro.
Yes, it was,
I'm
man. But the
telling
Source
you,
Awards
like,
and shit.
It was
I'm
straight
telling
down the middle.
The Source Award.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
No, yeah, the Source Award.
Source
It was
Awards,
Source
yeah.
Awards. Oh, I
telling
see.
you.
Not this.
like
no, I was just saying you brought it up. That's funny.
Yeah.
like if you go somewhere for real and you on the West back then and you ask for your top 5 rappers, they naming all West Coast niggas.
Right.
Yeah.
Like dead ass.
That's
Like
true.
I don't give a fuck. Like even if it's not they 5 for real, they
Yeah.
naming all West Coast niggas. You go to the East, they naming 5 East Coast niggas.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
not like
That's
now.
real.
It's not like now where you just naming niggas from wherever. You
Because
know what I'm saying?
hip hop is taking over the
Yeah.
The
world.
world, exactly.
And if you want to be on a record label,
You
and don't
want
have the
dance
CEO
in your
dancing in
videos.
all of your
I
videos,
can't really play. I'm a
all
Diddy fan.
behind the scenes, come to Death Row Records.
Yeah. That just walked out the stage.
I've seen that clip a million and one
Source,
times.
And I will watch
Source
it a
Awards,
million
Suge
more
is
times.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Source
Suge is
Awards was so
terrifying, bro.
iconic.
I know. But my favorite part is I like when
Remember when Andre
Outkast
said
they
the South
won.
had something to say?
Yup.
Oh, that's what
No,
you said? Oh,
exactly.
okay.
I was
Yep.
just gonna say that because
Yeah.
That was
but
right when the South.
the South, everybody was like, man, get it the fuck out
And
of
they've
here.
been on top ever
since.
motherfucking since.
Yeah.
Since
Since
that,
that-
that-
He said
Dead
the South got
ass.
something to say, and they've been saying it for like 20 years now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, so let's talk about your top 5 list now, too.
the current list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oof. Man. All right.
This is spicy.
Okay. The only That's hard, man.
Okay, well,
No,
I just want
no.
to hear. I want to hear all 5 in order first
well,
before I
you
hear
don't
any
have to do it in-
backstories.
It's easier if you don't do it in order.
Well, yeah,
first.
just yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, not
no
order.
order.
Okay.
No order. That's fine.
Okay, my top 5. One, first off, is based off of the music and the rapping that I like to listen to.
Okay.
Not just the rapping
Gotcha.
and not just the music. You know what I'm saying? It's based on the actual
artistry.
the
The
whole
whole
shit.
package.
The whole
package,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna name just like 5 niggas that be really rapping, but I don't like their music. which
Exactly.
is-
No, I got you.
Which is a
and-
lot of people.
And vice versa.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's-
So you're
it's
thinking
just a
like
fact.
your rappers as far as their talent, but as far as their brand as well.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to. That's
Okay.
just that's how everybody just should know.
Absolutely.
No matter if
What
it's
you
Brand is
got going
important.
on?
yeah, no matter if it's a person or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is judging you just as much off how you move, how you carry your shit, as much as they're judging the
The
product.
talent,
Like,
right?
it's just because everything's so accessible and
Right.
everything's so in front of your face. You have to. Everybody's standards is higher. Like you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's
And everybody's
standards is
watching.
Exactly. Everybody's
Yeah.
standards is higher. They're like, no, we want to be fucking with the best of the
Period.
shit. You feel
Yeah.
me?
I don't care
Like,
what level you on.
Exactly.
It better be the best.
If you an underground nigga, you better be the best underground nigga I'm fucking
Yeah.
with.
Everything.
If you a damn, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, top 5 now. And you said after story afterwards.
Yes, I want to hear. I just want to hear 5 rappers. Then you can tell me about it.
I need these 5 though.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne,
Okay.
Okay.
the GOAT, Wiz,
Okay.
oh man.
I know it's hard.
Okay, for 3, can I put 2
Nope,
people
no
on number
stories.
3?
I don't want any
No,
stories.
no, can I put
no,
2 people on
no,
number
you just have,
3?
no,
It's not a
You
story.
just have to give me 5 people.
Come on, can I do
No.
6 then?
No, 5
Oh,
people.
so you got 6? Oh.
5
The,
people.
the top 5 conversation is so intense.
5 people. Just 5.
It is so intense because it's like because everybody wants 6
and
and you.
favorite rapper.
No,
Okay,
we're here
yeah,
for
yeah.
5. Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
intense.
Fuck.
So you've given me 2.
All right. Uzi.
Okay.
Okay. I can see that.
I'm interested now.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about it.
Absol.
Okay.
Okay. All right. One more.
The final position.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
One more. Just one person. Right.
Okay, wait.
No.
Yeah.
No, what?
One person.
I got a question.
The answer is going to be you have one more person. But
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Is that- you can go ahead and ask it, but the answer is...
does it have to be rappers that are active right now?
Yes. We're
Okay.
talking.
So
yeah,
in the
we're
game,
talking current
prominent right
rappers.
now?
Okay.
Current rappers.
All right.
One person. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
2
I've been-
Chainz.
Okay.
Okay. I fuck with
Okay,
Takeaway.
I was laughing because I was singing that whole time.
Oh, yeah. I heard it on the side of...
I want to put you in the corner so bad.
My honorable mention is J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
That's
all right,
2
that's fine.
honorable
I
mentions.
know.
Because
That's what I was trying to put at 3. But
Yeah,
you
that's
didn't
what-
give me the number 6. I was like,
I asked for 5.
I know, but I can't put
It's
Kendrick
hard.
or I
It's
can't
hard.
put Kendrick or J. Cole
But
on top 5.
you have an interesting list though because you don't have one of those immediate names that you ramble off when you talk about the top 5 conversations.
No,
Right.
because it all
Yeah.
depends on the moment. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
you
I
know
want
what
to
I'm
hear
saying?
about Lil Uzi Vert. That's your story. I'm picking it.
Yeah.
Because that's interesting
That's
to me.
interesting. But you know what? I can see where it could go that direction off of Wiz. I appreciate you put Wiz on that list.
No, we gotta
I
talk
fuck
about
with Wiz.
every
I fuck
single
with Wiz,
time.
man. I fuck with Wiz.
Wiz is one of them ones.
Literally, like when Wiz was in his run, that shit had me change who I was. I
Yeah.
completely, I was a
You were in
different
Taylor Gang?
Yeah, I was in Taylor Gang.
Niggas,
There is
look,
no question.
Look, whatever
There is
your
no
name
question.
was, you added Taylor Gang to the beginning of that shit when you got in the
I was
Wiz.
in
Taylor Gang.
Exactly. It wasn't Rasta. It was Taylor Gang.
I
Rasta.
talk about
nigga.
his
Yeah.
business moves, insane.
Bruh.
Put together a Taylor Gang outfit that everybody can afford.
Bruh.
Cargos and white tees and a hat and some chucks. Nigga, we all Taylor Gang.
And that shit
Yeah.
was
you
$40.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
literally.
$40, $60. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
Tickets dumb cheap. We can
True.
see you every year.
we can see
Yeah.
Wiz for $23, nigga. $23?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna spend that on lunch today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Damn,
I fuck
like-
with Wiz. I'm glad he's on your list. But yeah, how
And
did it-
Wiz Empire is just
It's insane.
like it's
It's
insane.
insane. It's insane what he
And the
built.
nigga was a blueprint for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Everybody.
was. Yes, it was.
Nobody was doing vlogs before Wiz. Nobody
Yeah.
was doing that day-to-day behind-the-scenes shit before Wiz. Nobody
Wiz
was.
ran the game.
That nigga was doing behind-the-scenes shit from
Yeah.
his couch in his house in 2011, nigga.
Yeah.
Like
so
this.
different.
You know
Because
what
we
I'm
really
saying?
we had seen tatted up rappers, but for some reason he was different.
He
Bruh.
was super skinny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah.
And don't sleep on Early Wiz. Early Wiz was
Oh,
spit.
yeah.
He was telling me about that. Yeah,
Early
because
Wiz
I wasn't
was
into it.
Spit.
Yeah.
You know his hardest song, Take Away.
Oh.
Take Away. Oh, it's probably this. You probably hear this. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Take Away is probably his hardest joint.
I'm hearing us.
You know, for me, it's
Very
BAR
delicate.
burning after rolling. This shit,
It's
you
a
burn after
hard
you
one.
roll.
That's a hard one too, bro. That's a hard. I'm
Uncle
sorry, we're going in
Wiz,
on Wiz.
dog.
Yeah.
But how'd you get to this Lil Uzi verse?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the real
That's
question.
the
my nigga.
conversation.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're not gonna let you slip past that one.
It's like I gotta get into character, huh?
You ain't got to.
Oh no, I'm disappointed in your answer now. I don't even. No matter what your answer is, his business not straight.
Really?
So, you broke your rule in your top 5 for that.
Not as much as you think. Hold on.
I don't know. I, said
I know
complaining
you
about
are,
that
but what
money
am
a
I?
lot. You know what I'm saying? On
Who?
Twitter. Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, he be on
What?
Twitter
He's a
complaining
diva?
about his money. Not all that
No.
kind of. I mean, you see the nigga move.
He's a diva? I knew it.
Yeah.
That's what Wayne was
But
doing.
but I fuck with him.
I'm surprised he's in your top 5 though.
Hold on.
That is interesting to me.
Yeah.
That is interesting to me.
And because he's really new too.
That.
Yeah.
He hasn't even had 5 years in the game, right?
Facts. Not even one.
Yeah.
What's with the 666 thing?
XX.
666
because-
thing. Does
You can't play this song
Why? What is
at
it?
any time and not enjoy it. This is why Lil Uzi is in my top 5. You ever heard this song?
nah.
What is it called?
It's called Sauce It Up. Trust me. Just wait till it drop.
I'm gonna play it for y'all listeners. Oh, this song. Yeah. You love this shit. No,
Bruh.
Never heard it. Yeah.
Bruh. Because, look,
that was it. That was the song that did it for you.
no, but that's the song that reminded me.
Oh.
Like,
Okay.
damn.
That one's not special to me.
What about full projects?
Damn,
Bodies
this
of work.
nigga
What
really
is-
got hits, bruh.
Low
What
key.
about his?
Love
he
is
did-
Rage?
No,
The
he-
first tape, all hits.
Oh.
Literally, bruh. And mainly because, one, first off, he a young nigga.
Okay.
And being young is just the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
whether niggas want to admit it or not,
Right.
shit.
Being young, you
you
gon-
tell
you
me
gon'
I
win
could
if
be
you just
22
do- you
again,
doing your
I'm
thing.
out of here. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
tell me I could be 20 again, I'm out of here. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
So
I don't know about that.
I just love that.
I'll take 21.
Yeah, 21. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just love that energy,
Living a very
like,
different life.
you know, that nigga got that energy that's just like,
His energy
that
is
hunger.
doing what the fuck I want.
unmatched.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Period. All the time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Niggas be
No,
like,
I
oh, he
do what I
weird,
want.
he this, he that, but nigga, he
Still
doing what
doing
the fuck
it.
he want.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people can't do.
Yeah.
You know, and then also the niggas that are giving they hats off to him they real big time niggas.
That is true, too.
Pharrell sat down and had a whole interview with this man. Who's the last person you seen sat down with Pharrell on
Right.
camera
That's
and had a
true.
conversation,
On his,
bro?
on his
Pharrell, the
podcast.
OG.
Yeah. No, I was about to say he's out here consistently talking to people too at the same time.
Yeah, but what rapper right now that's like new,
Oh, I don't know because I don't watch his podcast that
bro?
frequently.
And
I
but
Am
but
Mother.
the
Cat
interview,
singers on there,
but during
Yeah.
the interview you could tell it was
you
like
could tell with the rapport and the respect
he was
levels at.
respecting
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
and they did a record together that same day. Like it was
Oh,
really
bro.
it was really on some like. Nah, fuck with what bro doing. Like, and Pharrell caliber, who he fuck with is pretty damn. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
He's
But-
like a rap god.
Yeah, for real.
But the
So-
thing with so Lil Uzi Vert, I see what you're saying though.
but also I
Yeah,
do
go ahead.
think the business shit. I don't be buy into that.
you don't buy into it?
No.
What?
I do.
I don't buy into it.
He be complaining about his business. You think it's all
No.
part of his marketing
Yeah.
That
scheme?
part.
Yeah.
I never
Because
considered it for that.
labels now like being independent is like cool.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
It
that's true.
sells. You feel me? And if you sign to a label, what's the best thing you could do to still fuck with the people that love independent artists? Is be like, oh, I don't really fuck with the label. Oh, fuck the label.
can't do that.
Oh, the label ain't done nothing. Then they like, all right, well, you know,
Yeah.
he signed, but he ain't really fucking with them like that.
Yeah, that's true,
You
that's
know what I'm
true,
saying?
yeah.
Like I've seen it several times.
That
I don't
makes
think
sense.
it's really like that. And the reason why I don't think it's really like that is because DJ Drama been confronted by several people about it. And you know what he says every time?
What?
He says, yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, I've seen him say that. Yeah, I've
Literally, every time. Yeah, I don't know what he's
seen-
talking about.
He tried to check Rich the Kid. Rich the Kid was like,
That was hilarious.
That was
Rich Kid was like, new single out right now.
DJ Drama told him, he was like, yeah, that wasn't for you to put your 2 cents on. He was like, but I did.
Yeah.
New album out.
Yeah.
Let's go, new Freezer.
was yelling.
Blood walk nigga. Yeah, look. I was like, oh yeah, this nigga's disrespectful.
When I get
funny.
famous, I ain't talking about nobody. I'll tell you that much. You ask about me,
It's hard.
ask about someone in the interview, I'm like,
I thought
he's
you were
great.
here to talk to me.
He's doing his
about
thing.
me.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
But you know what? I'm entering. See, I got to be careful because I'm doing this, and I'm about to enter into like that Joe Budden realm where like.
No.
But he's not a
Joe
rapper
Budden's
anymore.
mean.
No, he's mean.
He could be,
but
yes.
he was still a
Mean.
rapper
No,
and a
he's not.
podcaster at the
He
same
can be-
time, though.
He could be.
Maybe-
He could be.
He's brutally
He's
honest.
intense.
He could be mean. He could be
He's
mean.
brutally
Yeah.
honest and
But
intense.
but like
Oh, yeah.
but like
which is kind of mean.
but like
he's funny to
90
me, though.
but like 92%
Me
of
too.
the time he be right.
Sometimes, yeah, like 90%.
92 is a fair percentage.
92%.
Yeah.
Fair percentage. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a
But
fact.
when he's wrong, it's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
He's
So
way
that's
off.
When it's
He's
wrong,
way
yeah,
off.
that's why he's really wrong. Yeah,
When
yeah.
it's wrong, like
He's way off.
when I used to watch Everyday Struggle, when it was wrong, you could tell at the beginning of the episode he was gonna
Yeah.
be wrong for the whole episode.
Yeah.
And,
And
the
he
episode-
doesn't.
like-
in the episode's 2
And he
hours
doubles
long.
down,
He's
too.
like,
nigga.
He's like, this is your off day, huh? Because
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
And he doubles down too. Like if he's
Yeah.
wrong, he'll just keep going in.
yeah, but like
the next day he'll be
but
like,
the
"I'm
day
sorry." y'all."
before it, you
Right.
was like, I was fucking with you. You know?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate listening to it sometimes though, not for 2.5 hours or 2 hours, but it is funny because he will stick to his point. Where I feel like he
Yeah.
knows it's wrong too.
Yeah,
After a certain while, but then he'll just double back.
And at the same time, I just be laughing at a nigga because he an old nigga. He just
That
he
and,
just
like,
be
to me,
doing
he's
old
just
nigga
funny.
shit
Yeah,
sometimes.
he is.
He just
Funny
says
as hell.
like he's unintentionally funny. He'll just
Yeah.
say funny shit, and he
Yeah.
didn't even realize what he said. But I'm just like cracking up.
He
I was
just
like,
do
yeah,
some
that's
old nigga shit that you be like,
He
damn,
does.
you
He
just,
does do
you
old
just
nigga
mad
shit.
because you old.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bitter.
Like,
yeah.
But shit,
Yeah.
man, I completely forgot how we got.
It's okay.
here.
Uzi Vert.
Let's talk
Uzi Vert
about
top 5.
you.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what type of music or what type of messages can we hear in the new project?
Well, this project one is a little different than like my normal stuff.
Okay.
Because it's collaborations.
That's true.
Are you on
And-
every single track?
What?
Are you on every track?
Every track, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. But a lot of the tracks, I'm just doing the hook.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay,
Or
okay.
I just made the beat, or like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always me rapping.
What's the artist name gonna be under?
It's gonna be under my name.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Rasta B, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But so these tracks is really like I didn't wanna like a lot of times what I hear on features is like the nigga like record the whole song and then be like, hey, put a verse on this. Right?
that's true.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
I could tell, like I could hear that. You know what I'm saying? I could hear that it was plugged in. I could hear like the verse he added ain't really on the same subject you talking about. You just
Right.
like, fuck it, I'm about to rap on this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like, don't get me wrong, it's whatever. You know, that's not my business. But
Yeah.
for this project, I really wanted to like, okay, let's use your sound, let's use my sound, and make a sound together. Like that's
Right.
what it was about. You feel me? So a lot of the flows I'm using, they ain't really my flows. Like they flows that we came up with, and I'm like, oh, okay, this shit is hard. Like, let me,
I
you
can
know what I'm saying?
appreciate
Let me
that,
try
though.
that.
So every song is probably gonna be a different.
Yeah, every song is
Okay,
really
cool.
different. You feel
Yeah.
me? You got shit that sound like trap shit on there. You got like laid back shit. You got interludes on there. You feel
Okay.
me? Like
Yeah.
you got niggas just doing some
I know
poetry
you're gonna
shit
put
on
together
there.
a body of work.
Yeah,
you're not. Yeah,
absolutely.
you're not putting out no halfway shit
Absolutely.
anyway.
Yeah. But it's hard, man. You
Yeah.
know, and like I said, it was about creating a vibe. Like it's called Free the World because it's like I took one artist and I took another artist and together we were like, we're not gonna be confined to our sound. It was just like we're just going free. Like we're
Okay.
just gonna do
Yeah.
it freely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever comes to it. Like, you know, and a lot of the songs is just fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? These songs, like some of them, the hooks is old as fuck. Like I came up with these shits 3 years ago. I had to sit on my computer waiting for the right niggas to like come
Right.
record it. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you know, at one point in my life, like a year ago, I was on probation, right? I'm still on probation, but you know, fuck RPD. But
Wait, fuck who?
Fresh as hell with the
I'm weak.
fans
Wait, but okay, so yeah, I was on probation and I had this mic and shit. I had the little frame around my shit. And I'm like sitting at the desk. I can't leave the house for real. Like I was on real supervision. Like them niggas
Okay.
come by the house and non-stop. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm just recording all day. That's all
all
I'm
you doing.
doing.
Yeah,
like,
that's all you can
I go
do.
to work, come home, recording. Like that's it.
Damn.
You feel
Yeah.
me? And I was just working, and I would make the beat right there, pull that shit up, record. Like
So all original production too.
all
the whole
original
thing?
production. There's like a couple producers I worked with.
Gotcha, okay.
I have my own production team called No Colors too. That like they produce a lot of the shit too.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I was just recording, bro, and that's kind of how I ended up with all these songs. I
Right.
really had like 40, 50.
Yeah, I was about to say, how many did you have to chop down from?
Man.
About 40, 50?
Yeah,
That's a
about.
lot,
I started from like 40. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them were just hooks. You know what I'm saying? A
But
lot
it's
of them
nice
was
when
just
you-
Oh, so it
ideas.
weren't. Oh, yeah, okay.
But it was really like I was literally like I make the beat, bro. I play it. I sit there 5 minutes. I'm recording. Like it was. I just got in that mode. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like that Kanye song when he's like I made a beat every year for 6 summers or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Every
that was,
year.
it was like that type of. I was just like going. You feel
Yeah.
me? And I was just mad about a lot of shit. That shit
Okay.
fueled it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
All that
because
off.
I was just mad. You know what I'm saying? I was mad. I was on probation. It was just not a good time. You
Yeah.
feel me? And the only thing that I was looking forward to every day was getting home, fucking recording. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah.
some hunger.
Exactly. So that's kind of where these tracks came from. But a lot of them is just vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's just me
I
like
think that's important.
yeah, it's just me thinking about the artists because a lot of the artists I know is like I know them. Like it's not like oh we're working together for the sake of working together. Like I know them,
Which is
like,
also important to the integrity
Very
of the record.
important,
Yeah.
like-
In the collaboration,
yeah.
everybody
that
on there.
will bond with
Yeah,
that person.
everybody on there like they really fuck with me, and that's why it was so easy to plan the release party. May 5th, be there. Outpost.
Tomorrow.
Shameless
like
plug.
that plug.
Tomorrow night.
But that's why it was so easy because it was majority of, like calling them and be like, "Yo, can you perform on the 5th?" And I was like, "Yeah." It wasn't really oh, we gotta go through the managers and we gotta plan because they really fuck with me. And I really fuck with them or
Right.
whatever. But yeah, so it was a majority of thinking about the artists that I'm working with and trying to pull them out their element too.
Yeah.
Like if you familiar with any of the artists on there or if you go listen to them after the tape, you'll realize like they music don't sound like the music on here. You feel me?
Gotcha.
This was really like me being like asking them to be like, bro, like
Do
step out your
something
element.
different.
So
do
you were
something
you were
different.
taking them and putting them out of their comfort zone almost,
Yeah,
and pushing them out of
That's
it.
where
Absolutely,
success
it was
lies. I
it
get
was
it.
it was for me to do it and for
Right.
them to do it. You feel me? But
Because now you got to do it 10 times.
exactly,
Well, 40 times is what you have to pick from. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was more so because it felt good. Like it just
Yeah.
felt good. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to do something different. Like
Right.
it. No shame in recording records, whatever. You got your sound, that's cool. But when you do something different, that shit it's just uplifting sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
That's
what I'm
true,
saying? So it was fun, man. And a lot of the rappers I run into, they be like, man, thanks for sending me that record. Like it was fun doing that. Like I really got to step on my zone, man.
Yeah.
I did something that I didn't even know I could do.
'Cause you
Like,
could get
You know what
comfortable.
I'm saying? Exactly.
That has to be really satisfying for you.
Oh,
to,
yeah, yeah.
Give someone that
And
experience.
it felt better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because these are like my brothers. You know what I'm saying? For us to put something together, and it's like we did it together, and it's like I'm stepping out and doing something different than my regular shit, but I'm not doing it by myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like it just felt good. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. So
I'm ready to hear this shit.
May 5th.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and we got a lot more shit coming, bro.
You got some visuals lined up for it already, too?
Yeah, we got a
Okay.
couple more.
Okay.
Yeah. We doing there's 3 singles that I know are gonna be pretty big. So those are probably the ones that are gonna get videos. But
Gotcha.
besides that, we chilling. We got more ways coming right after this. Right after
It
Know you
doesn't
ready.
stop.
1 month.
Can't stop.
coming.
Won't stop.
And you won't stop. Hey, Puff had his run. Puff had his run. 97.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
my guy.
That shit's
Yes,
real.
we can.
Oh man. I can't.
But yeah, man. Rasta B,
Yup.
we're
Hello.
gonna get you out of here, man.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna get you out of here.
like,
we're gonna
fine.
do it. We're gonna do this again anyway.
Of course.
Cause I'm back doing some music and everything. We've got
Oh,
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally.
I
So
want to make.
Don't
a
be
rap
sleeping
song.
on my nigga.
Yeah,
He's
I
nice.
need a
And then
ghost
your new
writer,
MC
Very
sitting
average.
right here.
Yeah.
My nigga's
You out of your
nice.
comfort zone. Get you in
Yeah,
there.
I just want to make one song.
Yeah,
Ain't
just
nothing
like
wrong
just
with
let her
I
hop
wanna
on
see
one
freestyle.
track. Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I might be trash.
Give me a little bit of the
I
herbs,
might be trash.
the medical herbs, and
Probably,
ganja.
like, certainly trash.
Let me get on there. Monday the season. Anti-blood.
Oh,
All right, yo. Where can everybody find you though?
Everybody can find me on Instagram at Rasta B. I ain't got no Twitter, none of that shit.
You got rid of Twitter?
But Instagram might be up there.
Don't do
before-
Twitter like that.
Before we before we get up out of
You're a
here.
child.
No, wait. Before we get up out of here, because you said you don't do Twitter no more. You're done with it.
Yeah.
I would like to tell me what happened because he was active. He was
Oh
active
yeah,
on
my
Twitter.
was
Twitter
he?
So
lit.
if he's not on Twitter, that means he was also he was at some, she fucked up Twitter heavy. So what
I
happened,
do.
bro?
Yeah.
Twitter heavy too.
What
So,
happened, bro?
But like you said earlier,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fresh as hell.
With the okay, I got
Oh, so you're trying to okay, trying to get as less profiles
get
as
you.
possible on
I
the
got
on
you,
the
I
web.
got you. I get what you're saying.
You can find me at Rasta B.
Yeah.
With an
On
underscore
Instagram.
on Instagram.
There
Okay.
it is.
All right. Yeah.
You can see us tomorrow night
Facts.
at the
Outpost.
The Outpost.
The living room.
What's
In
the
the living room.
What's the time frames?
Doors open at 8. We performing at like 9 or so.
Okay.
But
Okay.
come through.
Doors open at 8 tomorrow. It's a free event too, right?
Yeah,
it's a
it's
free
free,
event.
free,
so
free.
even more. Come on now.
You got no
I know
excuse
you got
now.
free money in your pocket now.
I know.
This is
Okay.
free. This is,
Yeah.
it could be
Free
aired down
money.
there. You can still pull up.
You know what I'm saying?
You are selling it.
I know some of you niggas got air.
Boy.
Some of you niggas got air out there.
Yeah, you got a little bit of room down there, but it's all good. We gonna let you in. We still gonna do this thing. The 3 podcast will be hosted. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be performances. It's gonna be lit.
Nice.
Yes,
So
sir.
see us tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Facts.
Peace.
Check me out.
Peace.